Welcome my freckled friends, this is Jamie, and in today's video we're going to do a couple of videos that I have kind of missed over the last week or so that I kind of wanted to check out. We are going to do Jungkook's Standing Next to You Usher remix, the performance video. I'm really excited about that one. And then there is also a dance practice for Crazy Form by Ateez, so I'm going to check that out as well. I did do a performance of Crazy Form for Ateez over on Patreon, as well as their Mama performance. So if you want to go check that out, head on over to Patreon. I did already react to a performance of this. And then Standing Next to You, of course, I did do the initial reaction to the music video, as well as the original performance video. I will link that up in the cards above if you want to go check that out. Let's go ahead and get into it. I think we're going to go ahead and do Standing Next to You first, and then we will end with the Crazy Form dance practice. So let's go. I'm familiar with Michael Jackson, but I don't even think I can like tell you all of the references to Michael Jackson that Jungkook has. I think I recognize them, but I think it would take a long time to show you all of the references to Michael Jackson in this. Just the song in general. I'm always very impressed by his footwear. Sorry. He's always dancing in these big boots. And ever since those Timberlands that he used to wear, like I'm impressed that he can like lift one foot after the other, let alone dancing like this and gliding and dancing.
Can you feel that? It's like heaven and earth moves whenever we touch. Though for real, I know you feel that. The universe approves when you and I dance. So elegant in heaven, send these vibes, yeah. It's when we're too ready to leave, we go all night. Screaming, I'll testify that's heaven. Ooh. Screaming, I'll testify that we'll survive the test of time. They can't deny our love. They can't divide us. We'll survive the test of time. I swear that I'll be ready. Standing next to you, next to you. Oh, next to you. You know it's deeper than the rain. It's deeper than the pain. Deep like DNA. Something they can't take away. Hey, tick, 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 we take off.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that I've always liked Usher, and I grew up listening to him, and I'm from Atlanta. music career started in Atlanta. He kind of calls Atlanta his hometown, so I feel like you can't be here and not have an appreciation for Usher. And especially like as a millennial, you can't not have an appreciation for Usher. But I didn't think I liked him like that. And I got chills. The second he showed up, I was just like, oh, I got chills. I like cold. I didn't think I would react like that to him. Oh, okay. He's perfect for this song though. This is like, I would not have been surprised if this had been an Usher song. Like this could have very easily been an Usher song. It could have very easily been a Michael Jackson song. Like it's, and it's perfect. His voice is perfect for this song too. And you know, it's funny because usually when they have somebody who's featured on one of their songs, I always feel like they're still the BTS, that is. I always still feel like BTS is the better of the two. But this one, they're pretty evenly matched, I gotta say. And I feel like I need to give it to Usher. It's not a competition because they're collaborating. So I'm not even going to say I need to give it to somebody. They're collaborating. They're doing beautifully together. They're very evenly matched, in my opinion. But Usher's bringing it. You know what I mean? We're going to completely ramble all of that. That was the perfect way to introduce him into the song. Perfect.
Stop, can you feel that? It's like heaven and earth moves whenever we touch. Though for real, I know you feel that.
And he doesn't age.
When I dance, so elegant in heaven, send these vibes, yeah. It's when we're too ready to leave, we go all night. Screaming, I'll testify that's heaven. Ooh. Screaming, I'll testify that we'll survive the test of time. They can't deny our love. They can't divide us. We'll survive the test of time. I swear that I'll be ready. Standing next to you, next to you. Oh, next to you. You know it's deeper than the rain. It's deeper than the pain. Deep like DNA. Something they can't take away. Hey, tick, 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 we take off.
I will say though that JK kind of turned into a background, a backup dancer in that one little part. Oh, I do love the fact, sorry, I don't usually pause this much in the middle of a video. I do like the fact that usually with like K-pop artists and even like in a boy band, when you're doing a dance, you want everything to look completely uniform. You want things to look basically the same. You want your dancing to look basically the same as the person next to you, standing next to you. But I kind of like in this that Usher and JK look different with their dancing. They're doing pretty much the same moves. They have like, I always said that Michael Jackson, what was so special about him was the moves in between the moves. So like whenever he was doing a piece of choreography, it's like that he would have the moves and the choreography that was given to him by a choreographer, but then he would have those moves in between that was just so very Michael Jackson. And I feel like both of them are kind of doing their own thing like that, are kind of doing that as well. And they look different because they are different dancers. They have different interpretations of this dance and their own dance style as well. And so I do kind of like, in this case, that everything's not completely uniform and doesn't look completely in sync. Because we're all about the Backstreet Boys over here. But yeah, I kind of like that about it. I love that link. sorry, one more thing. So I think you can definitely tell in that little dance break the difference in JK's style and Usher's style, because Usher has always had this very like laid back, cool style. He's a little more fluid, whereas Jungkook has always had this very like almost not militaristic, but I mean, you can tell that he has been a K-pop trainee, and that like synchronization and like hitting all of your marks and all of your lines in dance is like very important. You can see that in Jungkook's dancing as well, even during this part. And you can see he's always been a very intense dancer. And so just that little dance break right there, to me, if you look at Usher, you get a whole different experience with this choreography than if you look at Jungkook. So I definitely would recommend doing that, like spend the entire dance break just looking at Usher, and then play it again and just look at Jungkook, and you get like a completely different experience with it. It's really cool. I'm gonna play it through now.
That pop right here. You feel it? Coast. We rolling yet? Coast. Yeah. Coast.
Wonderful. That's so exciting. I bet that was an exciting experience for both of them, because it's like Usher kind of gets to see like this next generation of dancer, of like this next generation of like dancing performers and singers, you know, that like truly love to sing but also truly enjoy the art of dance, you know. It must be exciting. And obviously for Jungkook, meeting and working with Usher. All right, that was wonderful. I really enjoyed it. And like I said, I really loved getting to see the difference in styles of dancers. It's like they're both amazing performers, but they do have very different. And it's funny because I actually don't know how inspired by Michael Jackson Jungkook is. I know Usher is very inspired by Michael Jackson, and he's been very vocal about that throughout his entire career, and he's done a lot of homages to Michael Jackson. I'm not quite sure how inspired by MJ that JK is, as far as like how that, because like I think Michael Jackson very much was an inspiration for Usher's style of dance, but I don't know how much that was for Jungkook. But because obviously I think Michael Jackson is an inspiration for almost every person who dances, starts to dance, does any kind of dance. At some point in time, they have looked at Michael Jackson and been like, yeah, I want to do that. I feel like for almost every dancer out there. But yeah, anyways. So we are going to move on to, that was wonderful, I loved it. We are going to move on to the Ateez Crazy Form dance practice. So let's do it. I see Michael Jordan all in the back.
Yeah.
feel like you always gotta appreciate Ateez's footwork. Okay. I was trying to figure out if he was wearing a hat or if that was his hair. Sorry, my vision's not great. I was like, that's a look. I was about to say, oh my gosh, what did they do? I thought he had this little like bowl cut. I do also love the fact that Ateez could be wearing like a bunch of layers and you can still see every movement of their body, which I think is quite a skill. They're actually not wearing a whole lot of layers in this particular video, which I'm glad about. But they're still like, you know, in his big sweatshirt, and I can still see like every little tick tick tick. So is this girl talked about a lot in the brown jacket? Because I feel like she should be. I mean, all these ladies are doing awesome, but my eyes definitely keep going to her. Like even more so than, is that Hamjun? Speaking of Michael Jackson. Okay. I doubted it again for a second. I was like, maybe that's not a hat. Nice. That was great. I actually think I have enjoyed the song the most in this dance practice. I gotta admit, it's still not one of my favorites, but the choreography, the performance is stellar. Alright, so I think that is gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye y'all.